Succulent gardening is proving to be very popular and for good reasons. Just about anybody can be successful with some basic considerations made. First of all, you need to have good sun, and most anywhere in a Lincoln or a Nebraska garden you can find lots of good sun on a patio that's to the south or the west. The second thing, you need good drainage, and the third thing is good selection of plants. It doesn't have to be expensive, it doesn't have to be a fancy pot, but what you do have to have is a container that will drain well. So any pot that has good holes in the bottom can be a good environment for succulents. The soil that you use needs to have good drainage, and that comes from using a quality product. It doesn't have to be a special mix, it just has to drain well. So we use ordinary potting soil that we use for all our plants. We just make sure we're not watering too frequently. Then the selection of plants can be basically whatever appeals to you. If it looks good to your eye, then it will probably be a successful combination because you're gardening for yourself. There are literally hundreds of choices that you can make with your succulent gardens. Here's a collection that has a little bit of a brown tone to it. I've used this kalanchoe because it has a nice feathery texture. It's appealing for kids to touch it and say, gee, that's a soft plant. It's not a prickly cactus. And then within that, I picked up some other colors that had a little bit of brown and then contrasted it with more of the blue-green colors here in these other sedum sort of plantings. Here's an example of where I use burgundy color to inspire the whole planting. This rosy echeveria has a hint of rose color to it, so then I combine it with something that's blue-green but a tip of rose coming through as well. And then I moved on to this particular one that has a completely different form, but still the burgundy coming through in the plant color. And then finally, I'm going to combine it with a little sedum that has a tiny foliage, and yet that blue-green is coming through. So 3 or 4 very different plants, and yet they all work well together. Perhaps you think about something that's going to provide an upright form. Maybe there's something that's going to spill over the edge, and something that has a very different texture to it. And with those 3 things working together, you can have a very beautiful succulent garden coming in many different sizes, shapes, and forms. But the most important thing is it's a successful project that you can enjoy in your patio all summer long.